In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a super simple ICT strategy that I used to pass my top step challenge in only 2 days. But that's not all. We will also be going over my trading plan so that you guys can become funded as well. Now, I called out all of these trades inside of my free Discord community. I have my trades and analysis tab where every day inside of the market, I look at what's setting up and I call it out to my community. Just to show you guys proof that I actually passed, we can see right here, I made $2,978 over the past 2 days. Still have $30 before I can actually pass, but basically the challenge is over with. So you can see right here, 100% trade win, 50% profit factor of 1. And then we go down here, you can see that I took 2 trades, like I said, both on Thursday and then Friday. Now let's get into the actual strategy that I used to pass this challenge. This strategy is my simple trading edge. So the most important aspect to this whole entire system is time. The main time I'll be trading at is from the 8:30 open until 9:30. That's because this time is when price is most volatile during New York session. The next thing that I mark off is our Asia and London session ranges. So our Asian range is very important because Asia a lot of the times is a consolidation. And what do we know about consolidation? Is an accumulation of orders. There's liquidity sitting right above the highs and the lows of that Asian range. Now during London, if I don't see a liquidity sweep above Asia inside of my direction, during New York, I'm anticipating that liquidity sweep of Asia. So since I am selling here, I'm looking for that liquidity sweep of Asia during New York into our higher time frame order block. This can be any other PD array like a fair value gap, but I like order block. So then we come into the order block and then we reject. We wait for a clean rejection for price to show signs that it wants to move lower and take out all of this liquidity that is down here. Now if you want extra confirmation, we can also go down to the lower time frames and look for that market structure shift to happen. Alright, so let's get into the first trade. The first trade was on Wednesday. So first, let's mark off what we see. Coming into the day, let's go to our higher time frames and look at what happened. So for the majority of this week, price has been selling off. And then what did I notice? We swept all of this liquidity on the higher time frames on Tuesday. So from my perspective, for me, I thought that we were going to either take out these highs and reject or fill in fair value gap and reject coming into Thursday. But I knew that we were still selling off. I also knew that there was liquidity resting below these 4-hour lows that we could possibly target as well. Going on the 1 hour as well, we see that liquidity is right here too. You see all of these lows. That's when I scale down to the 15-minute and then I start looking for what price is doing on the lower time frames. The lowest I go down to is the 15-minute to mark off my order blocks. So first, what do we notice? We notice that Asia low is right here. Ended right at 2:30. What do we also have? We have our London low. So we already have marked off that I'm selling and I want to target sell side liquidity, which is Asia low and our London low. So during New York, what am I looking for to happen? Up here, we have an order block with a huge gap. And we have what? We have Asia high up here. So let's see what happens next. Next, we take out Asia high. We take out what? We take out London as well. So with this move, we also take out the previous day high. So all of this happens within this order block still. So for me, when I see this large candlestick now rejecting, I could drop down to my lower time frame, which is the 1 minute, and look for that market structure shift. So once I see us breaking below this area right here, then I know that price is more than likely gonna target all this liquidity. I don't get in immediately. I want to wait for a rejection candlestick before getting inside of this trade. Right there inside of here, since we're back testing, it just happened like that. But inside of the live markets is different. So once I saw the candlestick come up and then reject, at that point I got inside of this trade and I aimed for liquidity, which was down here. But all I needed was a 1 to 3 and I was already halfway done with the top step challenge. If we go on the lower time frame, we can see this clear as day. Here you can see that we broke below this structure. And then what? We pulled back. At this pullback, this is a very high probability pullback. But I like getting in aggressive, so I just got in at the rejection of this candlestick. And then what happens next? The trade did pull back, but we ended up taking out London low. Now you might also be asking, how come I didn't get in on this candlestick and then maybe this candlestick comes back and stops me out? The main way that I knew not to get in was based off the momentum that the candlestick was giving me, along with the 1 minute price action that was going on. Those two things combined together made me wait a little until the rejection of this candlestick before getting inside of the markets. Now we're going to the next trade we took on the next day. What do we see? We see our Asia high and Asia low. And then what happens during London? London, we actually sweep above Asia high this time. Now during London, now we have our London high right here. And during New York, that opens up at 8 o'clock, we see price sweep above this London high into this whole entire order block. So remember when yesterday I said I felt like price was either going to sweep above this liquidity or pull down and sweep this liquidity or fill in this imbalance. On Friday, we filled in this whole entire imbalance off of NFP, and then we went straight into this order block right here. Right there, I see a sweep. Price comes right into the zone. What happens next? Once I see this candlestick that rejects, I'm inside of this trade, because if we pull down to the 1 minute as well, we see that market structure shift right here and price pulling back for it to go lower. So at that point, I knew there was more probability that price would go lower, whole entire imbalance, and then potentially target these lows. So after that, we literally melt. Price action melts down, fills in this imbalance, and taps my 1 to 3 inside of like 5 minutes. It was one of the quickest trades that I have ever been in. So if to go over, we swept above Asia high inside of London. Inside of New York, we sweep above London into this OB, and then what? We reject, we go lower, we take out all of this liquidity, we fill in this imbalance, and that's it. So those are the two trades that I use to basically pass my top step challenge. If you guys want me to do more videos like this in the future, explaining the trades that I took during the week, make sure to like, comment, and also subscribe if you guys like this video. I post weekly uploads and we're just getting started. That's it for this video, and I'll see you guys